It takes community members who are passionate about the place they live in order to move a community forward. Tonya Stinson does just that. She's with the Visit Farmington office. She's with us today to talk about the things that they are doing at Visit Farmington in order to attract visitors from the outside, but also grow our love for our community from the inside. Great episode. Stay tuned. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Mayor's Table. With me today is our friend from Visit Farmington, Tonya Stinson. Tonya, thanks for being here today.
Thanks, Mayor. I enjoy being here with you.
Well, I'm always excited when you're here because we get to talk about all the fun things that Visit Farmington is doing and kind of inform the community on kind of our marketing efforts and different events and things that are coming up. We're coming up to the end of summer. We've got Connie Mack coming in, and then we move into a lot of other great events.
Yeah, time just goes by so fast, right? We're just moving from one to the next.
We're already past the halfway point of 2026.
Yes. Like our office always says we're kind of sad. We don't ever get to enjoy the moment. We live in the future.
It's like retail.
Yeah.
You're
always
constantly
prepping for the next thing. Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy. But yes, you and your team are doing a great job at Visit Farmington. You had recently, a few months back, come and provided council a presentation, kind of updated us on your efforts to attract Farmington to outside visitors.
Right.
How is that going?
It has been a really interesting year, and I'm really pleasantly surprised to see how things have turned out. You know, you never know what's going to be in the minds of a visitor as they're planning a trip, and a lot of things affect that. So whether it's the economy, whether it's gas prices, whether, up and down, and we kind of watch that and monitor that, make decisions quickly that we can pivot if we need to redirect something. But things actually have been pretty good. We've had some really great conversations with some of our members. A couple of them have had the best end of last year and this year that they've had maybe ever. So it's nice to hear there are some visitors traveling and they're spending money. And I'm happy that's happening here in Farmington.
Well, looking at the gross receipts tax report, at least through May, retail is up. Mm-hmm. There's some other areas that have kind of been down this year. Construction's down a little bit, mining's down. But it's always interesting when retail kind of holds the line. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad to hear that we've got some members who are doing well.
Those conversations have been really heartwarming to hear, and I'm glad that our visitors have found them and are spending money there. We look for that, what we call the quality visitor, how far they're coming, and the amount of money they're spending while they're here. We have some reporting that we subscribe to that we can't see specifically by business, but we can see where they're coming from and how much they're spending per day.
Isn't that interesting?
It is.
That we can see that information.
Yeah.
I tell people they know everything.
Yes. We're using all for good reasons. We want to get in front of people that want to have what we're offering.
And when we're talking about visitors from the outside, typically, is there regions or states that are we have greater visitation from than others?
Sure. So for the first quarter of this year, I did review that, and it looks like it was not in this order, but these were the top, I think, 5 states: Texas, New Mexico, California, Arizona. I might be missing one, but those were kind of the top performing.
The surrounding states, yeah.
Yeah. And so we also do look at reporting and say, okay, where do we see a quality visitor that's just organically finding us? We're not marketing to them yet. And so some places did pop on our radar, and we're running some testing in those markets right now.
Okay.
So with Seattle, LA, Oklahoma City, and then actually just recently went ahead and added the corridor of Amarillo, Lubbock, Midland, and Odessa.
Oh, great.
Because we are seeing some quality visits from there. So we're like, okay, if they're finding us on their own, what will happen if we're really getting in front of them?
Well, I'll tell you, if you drive up to southern Colorado during the summertime, there's a lot of Texas license plates. So we know the Texans love the Four Corners. Mm-hmm. I think they got to get out of the humidity, get out of the heat.
Yes.
Come enjoy, what is a decent summer. We have good summers.
We do have good summers. And like I said, Texas was already one of our top performing states, but it wasn't that portion of Texas. Mm-hmm. Big state, right? So our dollars were kind of being spent elsewhere. So we're moving them around a little bit.
So when it comes to targeting, and so give us an example, like you're going to target the Lubbock corridor area. What does that entail?
So I think, I don't remember all the buys right there, but it's going to be with connected TV, YouTube, programmatic, so online digital display ads, and we'll do by interest, right? So we'll target by age and the activities that are of interest. And if you meet all those parameters, then our ads get served to you.
Awesome. So 2015, we went through a rebranding. This is where we had the Jolt Your Journey and where outdoor lovers and families thrive.
Yes.
That kind of headline. Do you this far in, we'll say 11 years in, do you feel like that's been a success?
I do. Our visitors resonate with that. They see the messaging. They enjoy it. Gives us a lot of creativity in our marketing and how we expand that message and the campaigns that we run. Allows us to be bold and stand out. One thing in marketing, you just don't want to be vanilla and blend in.
Sure.
And I do remember years ago being asked, do you want to just vanilla things down? And I said, absolutely not. And to this day, I have a candle in my office that says, don't be vanilla. I saw it at the store. I was like, I have to own that now, right? Because I literally am owning it.
Well, it's your bold leadership, I think, that kind of put us in the position that we're in today. And we've, certainly from the standpoint, me personally being biased, and having been a part of this kind of story since 2015. But more of what validates what we've done is the conversations that I have with individuals who have either they're visiting us for the first time or they've been away for a long time and they've come back. We just had a 30th class reunion on the back side of the museum. Just
nice.
that beautiful setting there.
Yes.
We've got the river wave going. You got the new marketplace pavilion. And just the repeated comments of like, oh my gosh, you guys are doing such crazy things. This is amazing. We had no idea that this is, how this place would change. And look at the direction it's going. At the growers market the other day, I had a gentleman that I went to high school with that I haven't seen in 30 years approach me. And he was like, man, Main Street's just completely different. It looks so much, all the pipe yards are gone.
I love this. And I love that conversation for you. How fun.
So there is a lot of validation in that.
Yeah. And I think sometimes when you're so busy in the middle of it, you almost don't see it. You have to take a pause and step back and look. And I will say the Gate Wave has been really fun for us. Sometimes, we should get out and walk out in our backyard and watch it in person. But if you can't turn on that live stream at the beginning of the summer, we're watching all those surfers. I thought, who would have ever thought?
I know.
This happened, it's really fun to see those type of amenities being offered here.
Well, now we're seeing other cities on river corridors that are looking to do the same thing.
Exactly.
Even being next to the river wave here recently, there was a gentleman walking out there and he'd asked a question about something, but he had his surfboard. And I said, where are you from? And he's like, I'm from California. Yeah. I was like, what are you doing here? And he's like, I'm chasing the surf. I'm coming through New Mexico to chase the surf. And I'm like, you're in California though. He's like, I know, but it's fun.
So fun. The attention that's had. We've seen that across the country, people talking about it.
Yeah. So we just got to keep the water levels up.
Yes.
That's the key. Yeah. Then we can put another one maybe like on the San Juan River. More consistent flow.
There you go.
So tourism is a key part. A lot of the initiatives that we've kicked off, ORI, the Outdoor Recreation Industry Initiative, you were one of those key components in there, bringing all these entities together to kind of formulate a plan for how we could capitalize on the amazing four seasons that we have here. We've seen some success in that. We've got some businesses here that obviously dedicated. Obviously, we've got river rafting for the first time. I guess they're 6 years in now, so they're doing well.
And I love it. I love that for them. We have two locals that are teachers that were leaving in the summer to go do river guiding elsewhere. And finally, we gave them an opportunity, right? And the infrastructure to say, start that business here. I love that.
So I appreciate you. The other thing I really appreciate about Visit Farmington, and I brag about it all the time, as you know, is I love the community calendar.
Yes, thank you.
And everybody who's watching this, I just direct you to farmingtonnm.org. That community calendar is, bar none, it's got to be the best.
Thank you.
Anybody who has an event here has the opportunity to put that information out there for everybody to see. And I think my June article in the Farmington Living magazine was, who says there's nothing to do in Farmington? You just go on that calendar and there's so much to do. There's almost too much to do.
Yeah, it's fun just to look at it daily and see what's on there.
And whatever
no one should say they're bored or there's nothing to do.
And whatever interest you have, and so much of it is outdoor driven. It's not just events. It's a lot of things. But you will find your interest in there. It could be the Bonnie Dallas Senior Center, dance nights. It could be billiards tournaments. It's all sorts of great stuff. And it took a while for us to get there, but it is one of the best things I think online.
Thank you.
And it really highlights just the amazingness of the city that we live in.
Appreciate that. And we want people to use it, and we also want people to submit. Like you said, anything that's open to the public in San Juan County, New Mexico can submit that. It can be a meeting of some sort too. But just get it on there because my team can't chase everything down and we don't necessarily have all the details. We can't write the description like the organizer can, but please send it to us and we'll get it up quickly for
you.
Or
like ChatGPT can. I imagine you get a lot of those. So Farmington as a destination, this is your passion. This is kind of what you've been with the Visitor Center for how long?
26 years.
You have seen so much.
I don't know where that time went, but yeah.
I mean, you're only 30.
I know.
How can you
It's
start when you're
kind of
4
funny
years
how the
old?
math works there. But
what makes this place so different? I know we talked a little bit about that, but in your mind, what makes Farmington the destination?
So a couple of things come to mind, especially when we did all the interviews and the focus groups and when we did brand the community. Because remember, all this came from the people that lived here.
I know.
And the top things that came up were they loved our location, they loved our seasons and our weather, and they loved how the option of doing anything outside, even if it's for their job, because we will choose that, right, most of the time. And our space here lends us to that. But also we're family friendly and affordable.
Yes.
So you can come to Farmington, spend a few days doing the things in Farmington, and then you don't have to pack up and move to a different place. You can just keep staying here, do these day trips in every direction. So, Bisti is still going to be the most asked about attraction in the area.
The Badlands.
Yes.
But the water park is very, very exciting.
Yes.
It's packed every day.
Yeah, there you go. And then our location to so many national parks and monuments. So it's just the perfect spot for all of that. Adventure here and adventure out, but just stay right here. And I also think one of the messages that we put out when we're in other markets are these big cities. Some people love to go on a vacation to a big city. That's great. But some people that live there, especially, they're like, I want to get away from the congestion, from the traffic, from the craziness, and come to a place where I can slow down a little bit and just exhale and enjoy. And we really love that messaging that we're putting out with that too.
There's so many family-friendly components that are affordable. I remind people it's only $1 to get into the lake.
Right.
It's like $7 to go to Bisti Bay. These are very affordable.
Very.
And we'll have people ask, well, how, when are we getting, X, Y, and Z, and the bigger cities have, and typically those are very expensive ventures, and the organizations who run them require a much larger population of people to feed them.
Right.
Otherwise, they're not going to make it.
Right.
So I think we've done a great job capitalizing on what we have and making it accessible, affordable. And to your point, you've always said this. Like, it's one thing to tell people to come here; it's to make sure that they have the experience that we tell them that they're going to have. And I know we can get better at that, but I think we've grown leaps and bounds in supplying that.
Yeah. I was just talking the other day when we had our serve class, one thing to get a customer, but it's a better thing to get a repeat customer, and it's the same thing with the visitor too. We want them to come here and enjoy it, but enjoy it so much they want to come back.
Right.
Or they didn't have time to get everything done, or they want to bring their friends next time or a different family member because they had such a remarkable experience that they want to repeat it.
Yeah. Well, we're seeing that happen. The mountain bike trails, they're constantly packed, and everything you've kind of put your little hands into, Tonya, have done really well. And
thank you.
Speaking of the Bisti Badlands, and speaking of repeat visitors, one of the great projects that you're working on right now is the Story of Farmington.
Yes.
And this is going to be a permanent exhibit located at the Farmington Museum. This is something you and I have talked about for a very long time because we wanted there to be a center point, kind of the spoke on the hub, so people can come in, they can learn about this area, its culture, its natural history, and then they can go and explore so many of those things like the Bisti or like Chaco or like Aztec.
So thank you for bringing this up. It's an incredible project that we're working in partnership with the City of Farmington, specifically the Farmington Museum. You kind of see it like a dual personality. It's a museum exhibition, but it's also an extension of our visitor center. The challenge is it's 75 million years of history in 5,000 square feet.
Right.
So when we finally get it open and someone goes in there and they don't see every single thing, it's like we did have to choose, but that's the beauty of it. We want people to get a taste and then want to know more, and then we send them out into our community to those different attractions and businesses to experience more, learn more, have a better understanding of it.
Where are we at right now in that project? I mean, I've seen obviously some of the schematics and the initial layout, the drawings of it.
Right.
We're talking about 4 seasons is kind of the theme there, and it's kind of the seasons of
It's done in cyclical time, not just like a linear timeline, so it'll be very unique when people see it. So hopefully by September we will have everything ready to go in terms of being able to build it once we have the funds and we can move into bidding for. It's coming. It's an
expensive project.
It is.
It's taken a lot of work, and I appreciate that. And we're reaching out, obviously, barn-wide to find grants to help us fund this. But I really believe, and have believed for a long time, that the museum, its location, what it offers can, again, be that spoke, be that centerpiece.
Definitely.
We want to shine a big spotlight on that area because it's the closest access to the river, and we got this museum.
Yes.
You know, and you go to other museums and they've got permanent exhibits. We're a travel exhibit museum historically, which I still believe there will be some traveling exhibits that will be coming in there, but it'll be great to have a permanent exhibit that really highlights what makes this area unique and special.
Yes, we're very excited by it.
Yeah. One other really important thing that you're doing right now is the Serve class. So you mentioned something about it a second ago, and we recently, Councilor Rogers went through it, told me it was amazing. We need everybody to go through this thing. What is the Serve class?
Okay, so it is our customer service and community pride class, sparking excellent resident and visitor experiences. 2 hours, engaging, interactive class where we just lead you through who our community is, what are the resources, who are the people you can turn to if you need help, if you want to get involved, how to make yourself feel place attached and happier in your life, in the workplace, basic customer service tips, work in small groups together. You meet new people. That's the beauty of it. We want different people from all different businesses and walks of life in there, so you meet new friends and have new connections. And it's just been a really enjoyable class for us. It's been going on about a year. We built it in-house. And so Ingrid Gilbert, my online marketing manager, and I, we run that class together. And so if you're a Visit Farmington member, you get 2 free registrations a year, and that's only $15 a person after that. But we have non-members come too for $25 a person. And we have another class coming up August 21st. So if anybody wants to join us, we'd love to have them. But it's just been really fun and very eye-opening for people. They're like, oh, those are things I didn't realize, I didn't understand. Touches on why tourism is important too, but it is a class for everybody. We've had restaurants, hotels, people from the hospital, lots of people from the city of Farmington, real estate agents. I mean, from every industrial parts of our community, it is for everybody. I say, even if you just live here, it's for you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I say we, having traveled to different cities, they're really big on tourism. Kind of the connectivity. I'll give you an example. I was in Chicago, in their $1 Million Mile or whatever it is, you know, we're doing shopping, and I was in one store and we asked about something. They said, you know, we don't have it, but this store right down over here has it. And I think to me that speaks to what a solid tourist community does.
Right.
It's not just about us, it's about everybody, or you know, me personally, it's about everybody here and how we can raise everybody up.
Yes.
And provide that experience for visitors. So using this as an education for your employees is huge, especially, I mean, even if you've lived here your whole life, you're going to come out of that class learning something new that you didn't know, and maybe an appreciation, as you mentioned, for all the others who were in that class with you, in the networking part.
Right.
You know, those connections are huge.
And we've said this many a time, but we used to go after ambassadors for our community, and we've kind of changed that. We go after defenders of our community. You love it so much, you're going to defend it. Doesn't mean you think it's perfect, but you're going to sing its praises where it does, you know, where it should be. If you see something that maybe isn't quite right, you go about the right way to be a part of the solution.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and because people love to visit where people love to live, and we feel that when you go into a community, you can tell when the residents love it there.
Yeah,
we want to be that community because that will bring visitors back. That will bring new businesses in. That will bring new residents in, because people are talking in such a loving way about their own community. And so it's part of the Love Where You Live challenge. It's in Serve too.
We're not perfect.
No.
You know, there are things that we're constantly working on. There's challenges here that are unique to Farmington that you won't find in other places. But you got to appreciate the good things that are going on. And I think kind of what you're saying too, just in regards to defending it, you know, and going through the right channels to be a part of the solution, I think is a really important component that I would like more people to adopt. Understanding that in order to, you know, if I have an issue, if I see something that's wrong, knowing where to go, as opposed to posting it on social media and tearing down a business or tearing down something, you know, from a bad experience. You know, those things, they stay on there forever. You know, actually take the time and go seek out the solution and maybe provide a solution on top of it.
Yeah. It's amazing what happens when we lift each other up or we give a compliment before we are quick to criticize. I can tell you just a few weeks ago, I had been out of town and we had a nightscape conference here. So photographers for night photography were in town. And one of them stopped by our visitor center, and someone in their group had some mobility issues, so they couldn't hike deep into the Bistide to get night shots. So they sat down with some members of my team, and I think they spent like 45 minutes with him. and helped him figure this out. So here, weeks later, I get an email. I didn't even know what happened because I had been gone. And it was a very lengthy email thanking me for the incredible experience he had here, for the people that were so friendly and helpful and made that an incredible experience when it could have been so much different, and how grateful he was and how he'd return. And there's nothing better you can get than an email like that, right? And then you share it with your team, and it just lifts them up to continue to do that type of service and that level of service every day.
Yeah, just go above and beyond.
Go above and beyond. That's the whole, people forget. Let's just remind everybody, a jolt is a positive impression created by an unexpected surprise. Yeah. That's what he had. And that made it stand out for all the right reasons. And if we just look at that on a daily basis, we transform a community.
I think we're doing that.
I do too.
And service is a critical part of that. And so I would encourage businesses that, anybody that's watching, you don't even have to be a business owner.
No.
You don't have to be a member of Visit Farmington, although it would be interesting for people to learn what do they need to do to become a member.
So we have different membership levels. Most of them are for businesses that offer a product or a service to a visitor, right? That's our mission. That's why we're there. But we also have other levels, just down to $20 a year, called a friend. And that's just someone that lives here that likes to support what we do and wants to be engaged with us. They get invited to our annual meeting and can serve for free and get our newsletter and that type of thing. And then there's ambassadors too. Those are businesses that aren't tourism facing, but they still want to, they believe in what we're doing, they want to support it. Okay. So they just call us, and it's a really simple and a very affordable membership.
So whether you're a member or not, you serve to your advantage. Use it for yourself.
Yeah.
Bring your kids in. I mean, can kids come in?
Of course.
Yeah.
I know we would love to have more high school students, right? They are a big part of our community, and they're going to be the next leaders here. So please come get involved now.
I wonder if we shouldn't advertise that on the Red Apple buses or something. The next serve class is.
We could do that, yeah.
Tonya, I know it's your business is not easy. We have a lot of great things here. Are there challenges that maybe there are things that our community members could be better at that would make this a better destination? Or maybe are there gaps or something within the services that we provide that you hear about, like, I wish we had this, if you guys had this, we could do this?
Sure. I'll say the first challenge is not one that I expect anybody to solve, but I mean, we're not on the interstate, so it would be nice, right? That just naturally makes things easier. There are communities.
Although it does come with its own difficulties.
It does. But sometimes those people get visitors because they were on the way and they're like, oh, I should stop here. So we have to just be a little bit more creative and tell people why it's worth getting off of even 550 to come over, or let alone the interstate. So we have to be interesting enough, and we're like, it's well worth it. It's kind of like we tell our visitors the best adventures all start at the end of a dirt road too.
Yeah.
When they say, I don't want to go down the dirt road to Chaco, you do want to go down that dirt road to Chaco. It's going to be worth it. So the same thing, come off the interstate, come off the highway, and find our beautiful community right here in San Juan County and enjoy that. We're still just kind of growing on some of our offerings, which actually leads to another initiative my office has. We just recently launched our initial Fuel the Journey grant.
Okay.
So our members can apply for a grant up to $25,000 if they can tell us how they're going to grow the visitor experience.
Interesting.
We don't want to lock anybody's creativity on that, so we don't give them too many specific examples. But just think about when you go on a trip somewhere, what draws you into a business? Or maybe a business has been around for a while and they've always wanted to expand a piece of it, but they just didn't have the money to fund part of it. So bring us the great idea, show us the data, show us your plan, and that's part of this grant. So maybe it helps pay for an employee to do this new piece. And it doesn't mean you can't charge for whatever you're adding to your business. It could be free, it could be you charge. That we don't care either way. We just want to grow the visitor experience in some creative way.
That's pretty wide open.
It is.
I can think of a lot of things.
So right? So we're hoping that our board will be reviewing that. We have a committee. They'll be looking at those applications and see what comes of it. I'm really hoping this is something we can do continuously over the years and invest in our members and invest in our local businesses and help them grow. You're going to have, I guess for locals, what you can do is go do these activities that these local startups are doing to keep them growing and keep them open, because they're not going to sustain on tourism alone. They need our locals to also engage with them. So go float with Desert River Guides, take a tour out into the Bistye, go check out the new restaurant, whatever it may be, because once you've done it, then you can help. Word of mouth is powerful still.
Sure.
Right? And you can tell them firsthand what your experience was.
I think that's been really important for us is that educational component, so people understand in their own city what there is to do, and that's why we have the Jolt Your Journey signs set up to show people, like, hey, this is where you go get into the river. This is where you go to the lake. This
and
is
people still comment on those signs.
We go to the golf course.
I love them. They say, all those signs that tell you where all the fun stuff is.
Yeah,
yep.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, it's been an incredible journey for us, and I'm excited that other things that are coming up, and this grant sounds like another opportunity to watch us grow and get more people excited about it. Are there any other exciting things coming up?
Well, there's always a lot of things happening. So Connie Mac's right around the corner.
That's right.
The fair's right around the corner. San Juan County Fair is the longest, oldest running event in San Juan County. It started in the late 1800s.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
And that's one of those experiences that are very unique. And it's really cool because of all the 4-H kids for me. I mean, just the love and passion they have.
Yes.
For raising the cows or the goats or
the dedication.
And then to go out there and be able to auction them off and sell them. It's just, again, such validation for them and the work that they're doing.
Right.
We have such a huge agricultural community here that I know, frankly, people say, well, Farmington, where's all the farms? Well, there's like 3,000 of them in San Juan County. And, between the growers market and the fair, I mean, there's a lot of opportunity for commerce to happen with them. But yeah, I don't think I go to the fair enough. I need to go back out there.
Go check it out.
Yeah, that's
coming
one of
up.
those
Be back on your radar.
Yeah.
Everyone should do that.
The Four Corners off-road takeover.
Yes,
that's
4x4 weeks coming up.
4x4 week.
We have a statewide finance infrastructure conference coming up towards the end of the year. That's great business. I keep telling people, if you're leaving Farmington to go to conferences, always think about how you can work with us and bid on it to bring that conference here. We'd love to host it.
Sure. And then Four Corners Balloon Rallies also.
Yes.
Road Apple Rally. It's such a busy time of year.
It's constant, one thing after another. Again, you should never say you're bored. There's nothing to do. There's lots to do.
And I would challenge parents right now. Parents, if you're watching this, when you raise a kid in an area that has so much to offer outdoors, go out and experience those things so that you can take them out there, so that they becomes a part of the fabric of this community and what makes it so special and creates those memories that you carry with you forever.
Right.
So.
And just in our most recent serve class, there was someone that works at one of our local restaurants, and he was talking about how he visits with their customers and he shares his personal favorites from his childhood about what to do. And it was so beautiful to hear him say that. And he was sharing these stories, and that's what visitors are looking for. They want authentic memories. They want to know what the locals love to do. So unless you're going out there and experiencing it, you won't have anything to share with them. So please, like you said, just get out. Even if it's just once a month, put it on your calendar. Once a month, there's something you can go do locally.
Yeah.
Try something
new. I love it. Well, Tonya Stinson, thank you for being here, and thank you for all your team does. And
thank you.
Excited about the Story of Farmington. You're putting a lot of work into that. It's going to be awesome. But yeah.
I appreciate your support, Mayor. It really has been great to work with Mayor and Council and City staff, and we are so grateful to be able to do what we do.
We live in a special community, I think, where everybody kind of recognizes what the goal is. Sustainability is key, and how do we continue to market ourselves in a way that makes us attractive, not just for tourism, but for businesses, private investment, education, our hospital. I mean, there's so many facets that make this community great. So you're doing your part.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Appreciate it.
Yes. And now we all need to do our part, and let's continue to talk good about the community that we live in. Let's love this place. The more that we love it, the more we're going to get out of it, the more that others will see it and continue to push and drive Farmington forward. So thank you for being here today. We appreciate your time. We'll see you here again on the Mayor's Table.